Hello, testing. Are we live? Are we alive? Are we live? We are live. We are live. What's happening? What's happening, folkaroonies? What's up, my little folkaroonies? Richard, what's up, man? Happy Friday. It's not really a Friday for me because I gotta work tomorrow. But luckily, it's a side job, so I get to do it in my garage. Which so I guess it's not really working. It's working, but it's not at the shop, so that's kind of nice. I want to my goal is to one day work for myself and just do my side business, my side mobile welding business. And that way, if I'm building a gate or whatever it is, I just do it in my garage. And yeah, that's way better, man. Way better. So I'm doing a job for a local church. They have it's a pretty big church, and they have a choir, and the choir stands on this like 3-level bleacher, or no, sorry, 4 levels. It's got 4 levels, and they want me to build some side rails so that the people on the top and the second to top rails don't feel like they're gonna fall off the end. It already has a rail on the back, but they want one on either side built. So, should be pretty easy. The guy that's having me do it, he's a really nice guy, but whenever you, I'm sure this is the case with a lot of different professions, but with welding, what's up, Lucifer? You made it. Patrick's here too. Nice. I'm sure with a lot of professions, but with welding, what happens is you get, I get hired to, not hired, but, someone hits me up to do a job for them, whatever it is. Let's say building a gate for them. Especially if they are not like a blue collar type of person, not familiar with how things are built, how things go together. If it's that kind of person, sometimes you run into the issue where they want something done that can't really be done the way that they want it, and it's almost pointless to try to explain why, because they're not going to get it. So that's kind of the case with this thing. With these side rails for the choir stands, is the guy wants the top rail to follow. He wants it like the same steps as the bottom part. So he wants the handrail to go like this, bam, 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 like steps. And I tried telling him, like, dude, that's gonna look like shit. Why don't you just have like a regular handrail, just like one piece going down horizontally, that follows the slope of the stairs. But he wants them to look like steps. He wants the handrail to look like steps. I've never seen a rail like that, but But that's what he wants, so that's what he's gonna get. In my garage, I stick weld because well, I have a big engine-driven stick welder in the back of my truck, which is you know, I use that for mobile stuff. And then I have a small stick welder in my garage, but I really need to get some kind of wire feed welder in my garage because stick welding, especially with this small stuff, like you know, it's like 1x1 by 3/16 tubing. It's thin stuff, and stick welding that stuff is just kind of a pain. So I need to get some kind of wire feed, like a MIG or possibly flux core welder in there. That'd make my life so much easier. 10 times the work for 10 times the ugly. Charge him accordingly. Oh yeah, you better believe it. It's for a big church too, so you know they got you know, they can afford it. Definitely. I've already done some work for them. I built them this badass big sliding gate on their property. It turned out really good. So what's up with you guys? What's happening out there? I got a box today, a couple packages actually. I got so I had this company hit me up. The flux core on 3/16 weld works good for light handrail. Yeah. I mean, MIG would probably be even easier, you know, with some CO2, you know, shielded. But those machines cost more, and then you have to buy the canister of CO2 and get that filled. So I thought flux core might be just an easier, cheaper way to go because you don't need gas. But yeah, eventually I'd like to get a MIG machine, get some gas shielded welding going on in there. So I had this company hit me up to see if I wanted to check out some of their products, and I said yes, and I got the box in the mail today. They make minimalist wallets, and they also make a couple other things, but they make, like, you know, those like name tag little like string things you pull out if you have like a badge at work. You can like zit whatever those are called. They make those too, but I wasn't interested in that, so I told them to send me a wallet and check it out. It's pretty neat. It's like your typical minimalist style wallet. It's got like this elastic you know, band on the outside for your cash, and then this here is aluminum. But they also sell them in titanium and I think a couple other materials. But I think it looks pretty cool. It's got some cool, like, you know, milling going on the outside. And then what's cool is there's this kind of like clear side over here where you can put your ID. I won't show my ID, but let me get a card to put in there so you can see it. Let's see. So you can slide in. Probably ID would work best for this. But here. So it's see-through. This is just my debit card, but it's see-through, so you can stick it in there, and then it's really easy to get out. You just push right here, and it pops it out. So I don't know. That might be good for a debit card or a credit card even too. But so there's that on the outside, and then it's just the regular, you know, minimalist style wallet where, you know, all your cards are kept in between these two pieces. So pretty cool. But the coolest thing is they're really cheap. Let's go look at it really quick. What the fuck are they called again? Shit, I already forgot. Let me just get the box. Mangarista. Oh, yeah, also I figured out how to get my face down in the corner there when I'm switched screens. Isn't that cool? Can you guys see it? So let's look. I just want to see how much these are because they're really cheap. There we go. Let's see. Let's go to the wallets. Metal wallets. So see, they look pretty neat. And look how cheap they are. 34 bucks. This is the one I have, the aluminum. It's 30 bucks. 30 bucks. That's pretty good, man. Aren't Ridge wallets like 100 something, I think? And they're RFID blocking. So, yeah. I thought you guys might want to know about it. You know, cheap minimalist style wallets. There you go. I want to put fancy bearings in my ZT0452. How do I know which ones I need? Yeah, yes, you can get that that little gauge card from Skiff, or you can also see if your knife is on their compatibility list. We can go check it right now. 0452. So you go to hold on, did I switch? Yeah, I did. Go to Skiff. Spelled that wrong. You go to Skiff, you go to bearing compatibility, and then you have a big list of knives here. If your knife is not on this list, then you will need that tool, or the little gauge thing that he was telling you about, and that way you can figure out what size you need. But let's see if it's in here. Let's go to ZT. You can see there's a bunch. What was it? 0452. 0450. So it looks like it's not in here. But just order this card here. Where is it? Home. See if we can find it. Here it is. Test fit card. It's sold out, unfortunately. But here it is. You take out your pivot in your knife, you stick it in these holes to see what size it is. And you take out the existing bearings and you stick them in these slots to see what size it is. But I would be willing to bet if you just Google it, if you type in the 0452, type into Google bearing replacement, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Let's see if we can do it right now for you. There's taco bearings. Let's put Reddit. Here we go. What size bearings are compatible with the 0452? This guy is saying skip the skiffs and get taco bearings. Okay. What is happening here? Holy crap. So yeah, Taco is another company that makes bearings. I'm sure they're just as good. But yeah, here you go. Here they are right here. 23 bucks. That's a little more expensive than Skiffs. Let's see if we can find... Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just do a Google. Or get that little tool. What's up, Diener? I think what I'm going to do is probably... hold on. I think what I'm going to probably do is... since the skiff bearings are so cheap, and it just makes sense to order multiple bearings if you're going to make an order, I would probably just get a range of sizes, you know, just get like one of each size. and that way, I just have them. I ordered one pair recently for the Tucson TS300, and the bearings themselves were really cheap, and then with shipping and tax, it ended up to be like $25. So it makes sense to just buy a few of them. That's probably what I will end up doing. Yeah, they're all around $12. So, congrats on the 1,000 subs. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it feels pretty good. 7 months. It took 7 months to do it. I was kind of picturing it would take me around a year. That was kind of what I had in my mind starting out. So I'm pretty happy that it didn't take quite that long. I got that Gunny Glide lube. Good stuff. Nice. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't even actually tried KPL yet either. I'm going to pick 5 or so knives that I want to change out and order whatever I need. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do a bulk order. I kind of want to replace the bearings in the Nimble W, but for some reason I don't know if I want to take it apart. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's fine, but sometimes I feel like if I take a knife apart, it's never going to be quite the same again, as far as like the lockup and the action. Usually that's not the case. Usually it goes back together just fine, but I don't know. Because it is breaking in, the Nimble W is breaking in pretty well, but not as quickly as I was hoping, and I mean, it's decent. It could be a lot better though. So I think I'm going to probably order skiffs for it. How large is your collection? I think a show of all your knives would be a good idea for 1,000 subs. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I could do that. I did a collection video. When was that? That was a few months ago. But I have acquired not a ton of new knives since then, but definitely a few. That's a good idea. I will probably do that. And also, there is going to be a giveaway entry video coming out soon. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm going to this weekend. So that'll come out next week at some point, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be the same as last time if you were around for the 500 subscriber giveaway. You'll have to watch the video to see how to enter, and then it'll just be something where you leave a comment with a keyword on that video, and you'll be entered. And then I'll do the drawing in probably like 5 or so days after that video is posted. You've added at least a dozen in the last short while. Has it been that many? Fuck. Yeah, I feel like I've bought a lot of knives recently. Yeah, I'm not sure what the prizes are going to be yet. I was thinking about giving away one of my fixed blades that I made. I was thinking about doing that, and then also like a store-bought folder. I think that might be cool. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be cool. You've been bit. Yeah. I know, man. It's bad. It's very bad. I just ordered a smock today, too. Spyderco smock. I really shouldn't have done it. You know, I could have sezzled it, but I just decided to pay for it outright because I'm already paying off the Nimble on sezzle, and I don't want to I don't know, forget that I have those payments coming up and then get screwed down the line. So if I just pay for it right out front, then the money's out of my account. I know that it's not there. You know, I don't have to worry about it. Yes, I did order a smock. There was two left on, what was it on? Jason told me about it. On crap. House of Blades. It was on House of Blades, and Jason ordered one, and then he hit me up and said, "Hey, there's one more smock." And I said, "Fuck," and I got it. So I'm going to probably sell my Ultratech to be able to pay for the smock. I like having this knife. It's a cool thing to own, but I bought it because I wanted to carry it at work. And it just doesn't really slice that well. It's not a good slicer. It's really not. It gets thin at the edge, but it's such an aggressive taper towards the final edge that it doesn't pass through materials that well. There's a swedge up here, but you can see the full thickness of the blade stock right here, and it's pretty darn thick. So I just don't use it that often. Check my mic volume. It's all the way up. Is it low for anyone else? It's at the same settings that it always is at. Is it low for anybody else? But yeah, so I will probably end up selling the Ultratech just because it doesn't get as much use as I thought I would use it as much as. Which is fine. I have knives I don't use, but I don't know. I just figured I would rather have a smock if I had to choose between these two. So there you go. It's okay for you? Okay. Yeah, it might just be you, Diener. I don't know. I'm up all the way, so I can't really do a whole lot. And Callie, that knife is a no-no? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't really worry about it. I'm not doing anything illegal, so a cop wouldn't have any reason to search me anyways. But still, it's always in the back of your head. You don't want to. I'm not even sure what the consequence is for getting found with an OTF in California, but it's at least a hefty fine, I'm guessing. California. Pull up the smock. Yeah, we can look at the smock. It's I had kind of forgotten about this aspect of the smock until I ordered one, but it actually has two detents, which is kind of interesting. You can remove one, and it's pretty easy to do. But basically, what they did I switch? No, I didn't. Here we go. Basically, what they did is they added a second detent in here so that when you push the button down, you can't just swing out the blade like you would with a normal button lock. I'm not sure why they did that. There's speculation that it's a way to get around a legal issue, which I don't think it is even a legal issue, with it possibly being a gravity knife, because regular button locks, you can do that easily. Maybe in some states it was a workaround. I'm not sure. But regardless, you can remove it. You just take apart the knife, and there's a little detent ball that's being pushed up by a spring, and you just pop it out. So really easy. Another kind of cool thing about this smock here is it has a detent ball, like a regular detent ball. So, all other button locks are plunge locks, so you don't really get that crisp breakaway like you would with a detent ball. I mean, this lock here is, actuated by a button, but it really is just a compression lock in there. The button is moving the liner lock or compression lock out of the way. So you get a nice snappy detent on a button lock, which is kind of cool. It's a one of a kind in that regard. And I think it looks cool, man. I think it looks really cool. So, yeah. Kind of exciting. Does everyone know the regulations in their state? I don't know. Do you guys? I know mine. It's no automatics over 2 inches for on the blade. Out the fronts or side opening automatics both need to be smaller than 2 inches for the blade. No concealed dirks or daggers is another one. And no Bali songs. And I think that's it for me. California. Is it small like the Para 3? It's around the same size as the PM2, actually. A little bit shorter. A little bit shorter than the PM2. I think, I don't know. Obviously, if you know about knives, then you know that those laws are pretty ridiculous. The reasoning behind automatics being illegal is that people think that you could do damage with them, which is not the case. If this comes into contact with any resistance, it falls off of its track. It's not like it's gonna pierce into your skin. Another big thing, at least for whoever's making the rules, is they believe that Bali songs and automatic knives create an intimidation factor. So, you can read into that however you want, but basically what they're saying is, someone threatening you with an automatic is more threatening than someone coming at you with something like this or whatever, like this, which is pretty ridiculous as well. I mean, intimidation, really? I mean, if I saw someone coming at me and they were flipping around a Bala song, I would laugh at them. Have they ever seen Lim Thompson from Cold Steel? Yeah, now that guy, I would be I would be intimidated by him if he was coming at me with a Bala song, for sure. Ban Jim's muscle intimidates me. Yeah, but that's a good point. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. You could say that anything is intimidating if you're the type of person that is easily intimidated, right? So it's just they're stupid. And Dean is right. I really feel like the film industry has a lot to do with that. What's that movie? Is it Grease? Or I don't know. It was one of those types of movies where the bad guys had the Bala songs and they were flipping them around. They're in a lot of movies, but the bad guy always flips open a Bala song before he stabs somebody, or I mean, the only OTF I can think of in a movie would be John Wick. I'm sure they're in other movies too. But it's not. I don't know. It's stupid. I asked one of the people from Knife Rights recently what they thought about repealing the laws in California, and they said it's pretty much hopeless. So there you go. The AR-15 is scarier than a 308. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't make sense at all. He tried to kill a water buffalo with a spear. Who did? Lynn Thompson? Damn. At least you got summer year round. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's literally the only thing that California has going for it nowadays is the weather. Literally the only thing. And the fact that you're next to a beautiful coastline. But that's it. That's literally it. There used to be a lot of things that brought people to California, but now, you know, at least for me, those you know, the reasons to stay in California are very quickly growing small. Still better than hacking or lockpicking in movies. Yeah. Yeah. They stick in their little lockpick and they're in. I locked myself out of my room the other day, and I tried picking the lock. It is not easy. Not easy at all. Should we look up the video of Lynn Thompson killing a water buffalo? I've never seen that. Have you guys seen that? Anyone besides Mizme? Just under freezing here, and I couldn't even open my knife because I couldn't feel my finger. Fuck. Maybe that would be a good situation to have an OTF. They're pretty easy to open with gloves on. But you can't have one anyways. Alright, let me see if I'll find this video. Lynn Thompson killing water buffalo.
And we saw this termite mound, and Peter said, I'm going to go over here and distract him a little bit, and you work your way up here and come up this termite mound.
Is that an arrow or is that a... Oh, that's a spear.
Threw my spear, and I no more did that than he came for me.
What the fuck? Oh, shit.
My fast mother, what? This 454 Ruger makes, this Super Red Hawk, it's a lifesaver, baby, if you can shoot. When I threw that spear, he came up, he brought his head up and hit it. I was spang on into his back, I would have killed him. That's how fast his reflexes were. That wasn't a miss, I threw it straight. He just saw it in the air and went, whop! Crap. Why I practice all the time. There wasn't any time to find the sights. I just let him have it.
It's stuck into his horn. That's hilarious, man.
And we got up close twice, and then he came into this thick hell here.
Oh,
and
my God.
there's this little creek there,
That's
so we said,
amazing.
hey, let's try to get...
I mean, he did throw it pretty hard. You could see it like bending in the air from the force of his throw. He's a walking miracle. Oh man. Have you guys watched the Alone show? It kind of reminds me, in one of the seasons, one of the contestants kills, I think it was some sort of buffalo or bison. He kills it with a Bowie knife. It's gnarly, dude. He runs up to it and just starts stabbing this thing. And then the camera cuts and then it comes back and he killed it, dude. And he won the show because he had all that meat and he knew how to preserve it and keep it safe from other animals, and he fucking won. Have you seen them kill baboons with blowguns? No. Congrats on the 1K. Thank you, Dave. Thanks, man. We did it. We did it. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched Alone, it's really good. It's probably my favorite survival type show. It's really the only one that's, it's the most realistic one because there's no camera crew with them. There's literally nobody with them. They get dropped off with, they get to bring like a certain number of items for themselves, and then they are given a couple cameras, a bunch of camera batteries, and they say, all right, good luck. And there's like, I think 4 or 5 different contestants, and they're dropped off on different areas of the map. So they never come in contact with each other. And the last man or woman standing wins. I think it's like $100,000 or something like that. So it's super realistic. And, they have a satellite radio. If they want to tap out, they can call for a helicopter to come get them. Or, if they get an injury, they can call. But it's fucking gnarly. It is really gnarly. It's a series, so there's a couple different seasons, and each season is a group of people. So there'll be like 5 contestants, and then they stay out there as long as they can until there's one of them left, and whoever's left wins. I used to like Survivor Man. Oh yeah, that's a good one too, man. That's a good one too. The way to lose is to give up. Yeah, you either give up, or actually, sometimes contestants have been pulled by medical, because they do get checked out by a medical team periodically. Some of them have been pulled out of the game because they were too malnourished. You have to forage for all your food out there. So there was this one guy who, he wasn't a good hunter, he wasn't a good trapper. And so he was eating like these slugs that he found. And that was his only diet for like a week at a time or more. And he got really sick and really unhealthy. But he wanted to stay out there. He was like, dude, I'm going to do it. I can keep going. But the medical team was like, dude, you're going to die if you stay out here. He was skinny as fuck. So they pulled him out. No survivor challenges? No survivor challenges. It's just surviving. It might be more than 100K. It might be 1 million. Let me look it up. It might be more than that. Let's see. Alone show prize. Okay, so the first couple seasons, the grand prize was 500,000, and then season 7 it increased to 1 million. So I don't know, man. I often think how I would do in a situation like that. I like to think I would do well, but realistically, I don't think I would do that well. I think I would do okay, but I mean, a lot of times they're out there like, the final person will be out there a total of, I think, like a month and a half, 2 months, or longer. So I don't know. Some people quit also because of just the mental kind of fatigue, just from being alone for that long, out in the wilderness. That part I think I could handle, because I'm an introvert. I like being alone. That's what I like to do. But the surviving part of it, I'm not so sure. You'd come in filled with knives, ready for any cutting task. Yeah, that part I would have handled. I would have that part handled, as far as the cutting things. Is there a handicap bonus? No. No, I would probably die within a week. I might too, man. Especially some of the areas they are, some of the seasons there are in areas where there are like grizzly bears and mountain lions. One guy like got ran up on by a grizzly bear. It didn't attack him, but they gave all the contestants those bear horns and bear spray, and he sounded the horn, and luckily it the bear went off and didn't attack him. But fuck, man, you can't take a gun. You can't take a gun. You can bring a bow and arrow, and you can bring an axe, and either a knife or a multi-tool. What knife would you carry when joining that show? That is a good question. How about it has to be so? Well, the rules are you can, like I just said, you bring a bow and arrow, or wait, is it bow and arrow or no? It was bow and arrow, axe, and then a fixed blade or a multi-tool. So you can't have a knife and a multi-tool. The axe is going to be really important for making your shelter and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Man, I don't would I choose a multi-tool or a knife? That's tough. Axe. Yeah, I mean, axe would honestly be the most useful of anything. You know, you can use it like a knife. Hold on. But a lot of the contestants carry Leatherman. A lot of them carry Leatherman. Most of them carry. I think I saw a couple Surges. I saw a couple Waves too. But you can have an axe and a knife or multi-tool. So a big K-bar, yeah. I don't know. If I have the axe though, I might want to have the multi-tool. I feel like that would really come in handy. But what are you really using a multi-tool for? There's no screws out there. There's no wire to cut, probably. The best bet probably would be axe and a fixed blade. Diener's is bingo. Yeah, I just realized that. SE for that lifetime warranty, yeah. You know, I'm not super into fixed blades. I don't own too many, so I'm not sure which one I would choose. I do know that SE makes badass stuff. But if I'm, you know, my life is depending on it, I would get the best fixed blade that I could find. You know, the sturdiest, best edge retention. It would have to be a you know, badass fixed blade. Which SE probably does make something like that. I'm sure they do. Lifetime doesn't mean much and you die after a week. Yeah. You got a bear running up on you. You're probably not worried about your warranty. Something with a full tang, SE 6 or 7. Yeah, full tang, absolutely. Let's look at some SEs real quick. SE knives. The only SE I've the only SE I've owned was the Azula, the little tiny neck knife guy, and I liked it. But that's that wouldn't be a good you know, bushcrafting one. Let's see here. The Junglass 2. This looks good. Specs. 7 3/4 inch cutting edge. 1095 high carbon steel. Yeah, it's a full tang. That looks pretty good. SE does really good on their heat treats too, from what I hear. Or you could go with something a little smaller. You know, if you have an axe, then you probably don't need a huge fixed blade. Here's the 6. Five and 3/4 inch cutting edge. So 2 inches shorter. Same steel. Same everything, really. I would probably go with something like this. The nicest fixed blade out there is the Bradford 3. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Aren't they on the smaller side? Or am I thinking of something else? Let's look. Bradford Guardian 3. Let's see. What? They make them in Magna Cut for $180? That's cheaper than I was expecting. The blade length okay, it's not tiny. It's 3.5 inches. So I mean, it's on. I mean, it's on the smaller side, but it's not tiny. I do like the the overall look of it too. That might be a good one. Magna Cut. I would probably want to bring out some Magna Cut with me. Guardian 3. Yeah, that's a sweet fixed blade. What knife you already own would it be? Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It would. So, what folder that you own would you take out there? I've thought about that a lot. You know, well, more in terms of like if I could keep one knife in my collection, what would it be? But it would probably be the same answer, because if I could only keep one knife out of all my knives, it would be something super durable and something that I wouldn't have to do a lot of upkeep on the edge. So I'm kind of torn between two knives. One would be 80-20.5. Creason already knew. Yeah, it would be the 20.5. Just because there's nothing to break. Like, I mean, obviously you wouldn't choose a Benchmade, because if your Omega springs broke, you would be screwed. Which is a big complaint with Benchmade in general, is they're not reliable at all. This one, nothing to break on it. 3V steel, super durable steel, all titanium. The locking mechanism is simple enough to where there's nothing that can really go wrong with it. Super strong too. The bearings, yeah, that is the only kind of negative on that one. I mean, honestly, the PM2 would be really good. No bearings in it. It's not as strong of a locking mechanism, but still pretty strong. And then lastly, I mean, maybe my most beefiest knife, the Scapegoat here, I think would be pretty good. Frame lock, M390, just big, beefy, tough, But there are bearings in this, so I don't know. Maybe the PM2 would be best since it doesn't have the bearings. I don't know. The bearings would get you killed. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think the worst that would happen probably is they just get all gummed up and then you wouldn't have your good action anymore. But, I mean, in that situation, I don't think you're really worried about your action too much. I mean, it would bug me still. I'd be out there skinning a bear or a rabbit or something, and I'd be like, shit, man, I'm getting my bearings all gunked up. For me, it would be my big fake Sebenze. Yeah, I think the washer knives are a pretty good idea. I mean, the Griptilian has that going for it, washers, but those Omega springs, man, they'll break on you. Then you're absolutely screwed. Although if I did have a Cold Steel 8015, I would probably choose that over all of these. The 4MAX or Spartan, yeah. I mean, honestly, Cold Steel in a survival situation probably would be a really good answer. Mr. Prosthetic, Cold Steel is the answer, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Can I give a video recommendation about wilderness mental survival? Yeah. Yeah, what you got? I really want to get an 8015 back in the collection. I had one a while back, the 8015 Lite, and I fucking stole it like an idiot, man. So stupid. I really liked that knife. I will get another one for sure. Justin, congrats on the 1K. Thank you, brother. Thanks, man. Good to see ya. Jacob Geller, Fear of Cold. Oh, that's the video? Okay. Sweet. I will write that down. I don't want to play it on here because I don't know if we'll get copyrighted, but I'll definitely watch that after this. I like that type of stuff. Jacob Geller. A good channel. Sweet. Yeah, I'll take a look. They were on sale for $125 Canadian for the Light this Black Friday. Yeah, I saw a couple on sale. I saw even, I think it was a couple months ago now, but for a second there, they were like almost $60, I thought. I remember seeing that, and I was amazed. So I got this knife in the mail today. This Kaiser Lieb, Lieb, Kaiser Lieb. It's a smaller knife, but dude, honestly, this detent is one of the best I've ever felt. I'm not just saying that. At least as far as detent and flipper tab combo, it is in the top 5 detents I've ever felt. It is unbelievably crisp. It's really insane. And it kind of has a larger flipper tab, so you get a lot of leverage. Sheepsfoot blade, really nice micarta. Blue pivot collar, super thin. This is a fantastic little knife. And it was on sale for, I think like $35. I'll see if I can find it and see if it's still on sale, because I am so happy with it. I think it was, where did I buy it? Let's see. Was it? Yes. And it's still on sale. It's still on sale. It's $27 after the sale. It's 50% off right now. You guys need to go buy this. I'm not kidding. It's at Mojave Outdoor. I'll put the link in the chat. Go buy one. Kaiser Horn, exactly the same crispiest detent I have. Nice. Yeah, I like the look of that one too. I might have to get that one sometime, because this thing it's unbelievably snappy. And the way the flipper tab is shaped, it doesn't hurt your finger. It's not so stiff as to where it hurts your finger at all. But it's just like, holy shit, man. It's probably not coming across on video as well, but just trust me, man. It's insane. Half off, too. Just go buy one. Don't carry metal grip knives in the cold. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. All my titanium would not feel good without gloves on. Looks a bit small. What's the blade length? I mean, yeah, it is. It is a smaller knife. I can get almost a full grip on it. My pinky is like almost on. You can choke up, kind of. It's not the best choke up spot. The blade length is blade length is 2.375. So that's like I don't know. Let's see. It's like 2 3/8 inch. And then overall is about 5 3/4 about. So yeah, it's definitely a smaller knife. Gosh, the micarta is really good, nice, good quality too. Deep carry clip. It's an Azo design. It's like stepping on a kettle chip. It is, dude. I've literally never felt a detent like this. I'm not just saying it. It's fucking crazy. The only detent I have that is close to that is the mini bag glider, but you can't really compare it because it's thumb studs versus a flipper tab. It's really fucking good, man. $27. You need to go buy one. I'm surprised they still have some for half off. Just read all the reviews under it. Every single one. Unbelievable action. Unbelievable detent. N6, yeah, it's N690. That's the one thing I'm not a huge fan of, N690, but honestly, I don't even care because the action is so damn good. Not that N690 is horrible, but it's just not my favorite of the budget steels. I can't put my 2 detentless knives away. Which ones are those? Sale ends on New Year's Eve. If my wallet survives Christmas and a kid's birthday, I'll snag one. I don't know, man. That's going to be pushing it. But, you know, got to do what you got to do. If you got stuff you got to buy, then you'll have to wait. But no. God, he just destroys everything. Kaiser Genie and N690. It came crazy sharp. Yeah, I mean, this one's crazy sharp too. Crazy sharp. I'm just not sure how the edge will hold up. Loki. No. No. You don't do that. He's destroying my my blanket. I did grab the 28% off Roach. Nice. Hell yeah. Was that on Amazon? The Amazon Kaiser sale? That's sweet. I have a couple knives in N690 and they are good performers. Okay. That's good to know. I guess I just haven't had a whole lot of experience with N690. And I'm just kind of repeating things that I've heard reviewers say. Light fin just arrived, my first Wii knife. I'm not sure if I know which one that is. Let's look it up. The Horn is N690 and one of my best slicers. I think I read N690 is pretty close to 154 cm. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I might like it. Because I like 154 cm. The Wii Kite Fin. Oh yeah, this one. Nice, dude. Yeah, that's a very good looking knife. Which version did you get? That's fucking sweet, man. S35 VN. Choke up spot. That handle looks very comfortable. I've never checked out a Wii knife either. There's a few I really like though. This is really cool, man. What do we got here? 3 1/4 inch blade. Overall 7.5. Drop point hollow grind. Yeah, that's nice, man. Congratulations. Blue and black with the circles. Oh, that's the best one, dude. Nice. I was just thinking that's the one I would pick. This one right here. That's awesome. Hell yeah. They cheap out on the clips with Wii in general. Hoping Standard brings the Kaiser Doman. The Kaiser Doman looks sweet. Absolutely. There's a lot of Kaisers I want. They just make really good knives, man. Really good knives. I would say in general better than Civivi. I mean, they're kind of a little more expensive than Civivi, in a broad sense, but I think they do make better knives. I mean, you can hear the snap of this detent when it's popping out of the hole. That's how snappy it is. You feel a little pop. Not all Wii knives, but the mid-grade series. They cheap out on the clips. Yeah. So they don't use titanium milled pocket clips, I'm guessing. That's kind of disappointing. Let's see. This one is the titanium version. Do they still have the bent clip? Yep. That sucks. Kaiser really ramped thing up the last 2 years. Yeah, it really seems like it, man. Sure seems like it. If anyone thinks of getting a button lock beg lighter, I vouch for them that the lock stick will go away with use. Give it a few hundred. Well, that's good. I know that my Civivi Chevalier had really bad lock stick and it never went away. I ended up selling it because it wouldn't go away. So that's good. I'm glad that Kaiser's at least goes away. Yeah, that's good to know. Kaiser's clutch lock is better than the Axis lock all day. I haven't tried the clutch lock, but I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. Benchmade is kind of they're falling behind. They're not they're not innovating anymore. When was the last time they came out with a badass, new thing? They just haven't really. I guess the Benchmade shootout was kind of cool. I mean, you don't usually see OTFs with that kind of handle where it just looks like a regular knife handle, not like an OTF style handle. I like the look of that knife. I wish the handle material was something a little more substantial. It is super duper lightweight, and I already know that I'm just going to think it feels cheap. Benchmade needs a home run or they're dead. Yeah, I think you're right, man. People aren't buying Benchmades anymore. I know I probably, honestly, will probably never buy another one unless they come out with something you know, super innovative or interesting. They're not changing with the times. They use fucking S30V for everything. Literally everything. S30V. And it's not even the greatest S30V either. As far as their heat treatment. And yeah, they're, you know, I don't know. At the very least, they need to start making Omega springs that don't break on people, right? Bosty Raccoon has no button stick, so damn smooth. Nice. Very nice. Get a Raider Hogue over a Benchmade. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone and their neighbors want to own a 940. Yeah, I think that's been true for a long time, but I think those people are slowly changing their minds on the 940. I mean, there's always going to be hardcore Benchmade fans, always. But I'd say the majority of people are realizing that, you know, there's just so many other super good options out there. $20 CV bug out and a S90V mini Crooked River. You know, the mini Crooked River I think is a pretty cool design. And I liked my bug out too. I think the bug out's a great design. But you know, there's, you know, it all comes down to what you value in a knife and what you know, what characteristics you want your knife to have. Some people, you know, Benchmade covers those bases, and that's great. But I was just saying, I think the majority of people are kind of moving out of that whole kind of Benchmade, you know, zone, if you will. Where's yours? My 940? I never ended up getting the 940. I actually ordered one. I ordered one from the Snap-on truck, and it was gonna take like 4 months to arrive. And I didn't feel like waiting that long, so I changed my order to the Benchmade proper. Right here. And I actually do like this thing. Obviously, there are things that could be better about it. The backspring could be much, you know, snappier, much stiffer. But as a knife, if you don't let the weak backspring bug you, I think this is a cool design. I think it's a really cool design. What's the current price of the 940? I don't know. Let's look it up here. Just the good old classic 940 with the blue aluminum. Let's see what it is. 240. $240. So that's not worth it to me. $230. I'm glad I came to my senses and did not get this guy. I'm sure there's good things about it. I've heard that people say it's the best version of the axis lock that they've experienced. I've heard people say it has the smoothest action of any axis lock knife they've tried. But you know, I also hear people say it's super thick behind the edge. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad knife. I'm saying there's just so many options now that it's you know, there's just more to consider. Buyer's regret or buyer's remorse. Yeah, I did. Good thing I still had time to change the order. Later, Dave. Thanks for coming by, man. Have a good night. 240. Yep. Another $60. That's, yeah, you're at the $300 mark. That's you know, there's a whole world of $300 knives that are bad fucking ass. The Kunwu X-Tau is awesome, but the detent is just a little too weak. I wonder if I can tweak it a little bit. That has a crossbar lock, doesn't it? That's the one with the crossbar lock. I mean, crossbar locks kind of just tend to have weaker detents. That's just kind of the deal. At least with the crossbar locks that I've tried. I'm not sure about the Kaiser's clutch lock or some of the other ones. But you know, there's no detent ball, so you're never gonna really get that nice crisp, you know, breakaway kind of thing. It's just kind of how it is. But Kunwu is coming out with another pretty neat knife that I was checking out the other day. I think it's being I don't know, funded right now, or I'm not sure what the deal is, but they have a couple photos of it and it looks really cool. Let's see if I can find it here. I always forget if I switch the screen. There we go. Yeah, this one right here, the Pulsar. Check this thing out. I think it looks pretty neat, man. I guess, is that the only picture? Let's see. Oh, there's a video. Yeah, so they're on Kickstarter, I guess, for this thing. I mean, you know, this whole aesthetic is kind of becoming a generic design at this point. There's a lot of guys that kind of start to look similar to this, but I still like it. I still like the look. Especially the texture titanium on this one right here. Can't hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? What happened? The fake 940 is awesome in the detemp department. Really? That's weird. Oh, was the computer super loud? Okay. Sorry about that. Hopefully no one was there and wearing headphones. Still can't hear me? Hello? Hello? Dean hears me. That's all that matters to me. Alright, folks, let's wrap her on up. What do you say? I gotta be up early to go buy some steel. Can hear. Okay, cool. Lucifer, I have packaged up your winnings. They are ready to go. I will drop them off tomorrow morning. There you go. Well, any last comments, questions, anything? Kristen, see you guys on Tuesday. Yes, you will. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Fun times. Fun times. Later.